All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one we're going to talk about is your Tesla estimated delivery date getting pushed? What's the reason? And also, what can you do about it? I'm going to give you some of the strategies that we have come up with that we've talked about before on the channel, but I'm just going to regurgitate it back to you guys, as well as a bunch of other topics like regarding Tesla inventory that's being possibly removed, another refreshed Tesla Model Y, Model 3 interior that could be on the cusp, and a bunch of other things. But before we get into any of that, let's run that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel. And thank you to my latest Patreon members, David Barath. Thank you for joining. I hope you got some good benefits from it. And if you want to join, check it out. Get the latest credit union rates, interest rates. That's all better than Tesla financing. Check out the link down below in the description. All right, so let us get into this. I know a bunch of you out there have probably pending Tesla Model 3 orders or pending Tesla Model Y orders. And what I'm getting right now these days is that a lot of order push, a lot of estimated delivery dates are getting pushed. So that's the question, right? Like, what's going on right now? What's the case? Because it's March, it's the last month of the quarter, last month of this first quarter in the 2023. So what exactly is going on? And we put a poll on the channel like a few weeks ago, and maybe we should probably do an updated one at this point, because I think we've got a question tomorrow to figure out, like, is your estimated delivery date pushed to April or is it still March? Like, what is exactly going on for you? But let me give you a little bit of backstory with the Tesla, how like the delivery logic works and how all that stuff. Because the one thing that we do know is, right, there's this federal tax credit, this $7,500 federal tax credit that goes sometime, it changes sometime in March, right? We don't have an exact date, but knowing the government, knowing how they could be processing things, it could be all the way till March 31st. We have no idea at this point, but all we know is they could announce it at any point, and then it will go into effect. The $7,500 tax credit, whether for the Tesla vehicles, whether it's $3,750 or $7,500, it could change the day after they announce the new guidelines on the battery manufacturing and or the battery critical minerals. And so that's a big thing. And I know a lot of you are probably out there like kind of anxious a little bit because you want to take delivery ASAP, because it seems like as long as you take delivery before this tax credit changes, you're pretty much locked in at the $7,500 tax credit. And so the big thing here is, let me tell you exactly, let me give you a backstory on the delivery logic. And this could be why you got pushed to next month instead of March. So if you've got an estimated delivery date, if it was saying in your Tesla app, when you log into the application, if it was saying like March 18 to 31st or something like that, and then all of a sudden it got pushed to April, the first thing is, like, that's kind of just the thing with Teslas, right? Whenever you place an order, your EDD, your estimated delivery date, is going to get pushed like so many times. I think I've tracked it one time. It pushed like 10 times all within like the same delivery. So it's going to change a lot. But let me give you some logic on, or at least the reasoning on why it changes so much. So the first thing, so I've pulled up a map of the United States right here, and this is why it changes so much. So we got to think of it like this way. So Tesla works in quarterly sales numbers. They've got investors, they've got a lot of analysts and projected goals, everything they want to hit or feel like they need to hit, right? And so at the end of each quarter, let's say the third month, so that's March, it could be the December, which is the last quarter. And so they've got to hit these numbers by the end of the quarter because they have to look good for investors and the share price and all that stuff. And so if you look at where the map is, there's California, there's the Fremont factories, and then now there's the new Austin Giga Texas factories in Texas. And so what Tesla does is in the first 2 months of every quarter, they logistically try and ship these vehicles as far away from the factories as much as possible. They try and make it. They try and look at what the timing is, because shipping a car from Fremont to the East Coast can take 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks from production, shipping, and all that stuff. And so basically what happens is, if they feel they cannot deliver your vehicle by March, they basically say give up. They basically give up. They deliver it to California or Texas, and then they push your estimated delivery date to April. And so that's basically what they do with the Tesla system. And that could be why your estimated delivery date just got pushed to April if it was saying March before. But let me know, is it, if your estimated delivery date got pushed, have you been pushed to May or June? Because taking a look at the Tesla website, we've got delivery dates right here at the top, estimated delivery all the way till June of 2023. So the days of like a 2 to 3 month wait for your Tesla are 100% back. And the waiting list is probably getting bigger and bigger. But of course, this is only because a lot of people feel like they're going to get this $7,500 federal tax credit. If this disappears, I can tell you the game or the atmosphere of these orders is certainly going to change, definitely. But the other thing that just happened really recently that could be affecting your Tesla order is this massive, or I guess I say massive, but it's 3,500 Model Y recall, specifically the Model Y. If you've got a Model 3, you're most likely going to get it pretty quickly. There seems to be a ton of Model 3 standard range inventory that's available. Long range, maybe not so much, and performance, maybe not so much, but Model Y specifically, there is, I don't know about massive, but it's a scary worded recall, right? It says Tesla recall almost 3,500 Model Y cars for loose bolts. And it seems like it has something to do with the rear seats, the rear seat belts. And so maybe Tesla is taking a hard look at this, because this sounds pretty serious, right? It's not like there are many recalls before where it's a software fix and they were able to just fix it with OTA updates or over the air updates. This seems to be an actual hardware fix that they need to take care of. And so this 100% could be delaying your delivery all the way into next quarter, next week, or whatever at this moment. But taking a look at the Tesla model inventory, there's slim pickings, that's for sure. There's only 11 Tesla Model Ys that are brand new available for sale in the country. And so this is waiting for Tesla.com. This is a third-party aggregator site where you can see all the different vehicles out there that are available for sale, if or maybe even being pre-produced or in transit or actually at a showroom for delivery. And so my recommendation to you, if you've got an estimated delivery date that's kind of pushed out way far out, my first step is go to waiting for Tesla. See if there's a vehicle out there. There's plenty, or there's 2 EDD or estimated delivery hacks that we posted on the channel like a couple days ago. So follow some of those. See if you can find a vehicle that's similar to your order and or switch your order to one that's available. Of course, it doesn't seem like there's a good amount of them out there. I mean, Ohio, Maine, Washington, Texas, so I get it. It's going to be tough. The second option that I always recommend is try and get on Tesla chat. There, you can see right here in the bottom left bubble, it's cut off right here, but right here at bottom left bubble on any vehicle screen, there's a chat button. You can try and start a chat with them, talk to them, ask them what's eligible, what's actually vehicles are out there that they can put your name on it. But really that's kind of hit or miss in my opinion. My actual recommendation is to go to your local Tesla dealer or store, try and talk to someone, see if they can match your order to an incoming VIN. As you can imagine, there's a lot of people that cancel on their Tesla orders day by day, maybe even Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where there's big ramps of, delivery set up. Maybe follow up on with them, try and stay in touch. And my recommendation is, you do get more bees with honey. So what I mean is, be nice about it. Don't be an, a-hole and stuff like that. So go in there, try and talk to them, see if they can match up your order with an incoming unit or even a canceled unit day by day. So that's kind of my recommendation. Hopefully that works for you. Let me know if it does. I've heard mixed things. But at the end of it, I always try and remind people that not every Tesla rep is the same. There's some that are more maybe empowered than others. And so good luck out there. And hopefully you're able to take delivery of your vehicle ASAP. But I mean, fingers crossed, it seems like this $7,500 tax credit is still staying in effect each day. I mean, if we look at it, the last time the IRS and Treasury said any sort of announcement, it was December 28th, which was 3 days to the end of the year and also a Thursday. So it could potentially be it could be at any moment, in my opinion. But fingers crossed, of course. I hope it does go all the way till March 31st so that everybody can take advantage of the $7,500 tax rate, because you can for surely bet that if this changes, Tesla, there's probably going to be a lot of cancellations out there for some of you, and also Tesla's going to have to do some sort of reactionary pricing to make up for a loss of tax credit if there's a loss of tax credit. If you don't know what this federal tax rate is, or this March 2023 date, what it even means, there is a video on the channel where you can actually check that out, and you'll get more insight on what it actually means and what the IRS has said so far, and when they potentially could make any sort of changes for this. But thanks for watching this video. We're going to get into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks that all have interest rates better than Tesla financing. At Tesla's like crazy 5.44%, all the rates we have are much better than that. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right, water break. If you're just joining in, thank you. We got a variety of topics, but feel free to ask any questions you want in the live stream, because that is certainly the benefit. I get to, or at least I try to answer and get to every single question that you guys ask, because I appreciate you all coming in. I appreciate you all hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. And if you're in the SoCal area, we are running a giveaway with OC Tint Solutions. Thank you to Jason at OC Tint Solutions for giving away a free 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, any Tesla for that fact, which is incredible that Jason's willing to do this. So check it out. It's this video right here where you can figure out how to enter in it. And shout out to Jason. I mean, I brought in my past 3 Teslas to Jason. He does incredible work at OC Tint Solutions in Anaheim. And of course, to win the giveaway, you've got to, be willing to drive to his shop in Anaheim. But, even if you live, 4 or 5 hours away, that's an unspeakable value type of prize right there. So it could be worth it. That's for sure. All right. We're going to jump into our next topic. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. In this next topic, we're going to talk about what potentially might be a brand new Tesla Model 3 or Tesla Model Y concept interior refresh. At least this is what this person imagined it to be, and it kind of looks nice. And of course, they are taking this inspiration from some of the new Cybertruck pictures that got released from Investor Day, and Tesla might be going in a different design direction from what they've seen before. So we'll take a look at it, but before we jump into that, if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel. So let us take a look at this. So shout out to Tesla North. Posted this Tesla Model 3 Y concept imagines new interior refresh. And so, of course, we know at this point, or at least what we think we know at this point, is that there is a Model 3 refresh coming out, codename Project Highland, and a Model Y project refresh project codename Juniper. Highland is projected to come out this year, maybe in September, and then Juniper is next year, probably about the same time. And that would make sense, right? Because we've got a lot of things going on in the Tesla ecosphere, right? We've got potentially this Tesla Cybertruck that's supposed to come out later this year, maybe starting in June. I'm not sure if Tesla would release a Model 3 Highland like that shortly after that. I would say maybe 6 months later to a year. But, these are the rumors that we hear. But take a look at some of these interior refresh photos. Of course, we've got the Model S phone charger, the Model S and X phone charger, the new center console that everybody pretty much has already. But the steering wheel is a copy of, or a borrowing of, the Tesla Cybertruck photo that just got released. This concept is taking from the Tesla Cybertruck at Investor Day. Most of the other interior looks essentially the same, and that's kind of Tesla's MO, right? They don't necessarily change things drastically. They kind of just tweak stuff here and there, make adjustments to make it look more sleeker and more minimalistic. And from what we know is that Tesla is trying to, be more efficient with these builds. If you've watched Investor Day the other day, I think the big theme to me was that they're trying to be more efficient with their build. They're trying to save more money. And of course, they're trying to scale and produce a ton more vehicles. And so this, it looks nice. I would say. It's very vanilla, just like how their Model S and X is, and it would just really just be an update. It's not like, super out there, that's for sure. But if this steering wheel comes out, it's kind of like a mix between the yoke and their regular steering wheel because it has a top portion of the front. But I guess it's interesting because I guess a lot of people don't necessarily like the yoke because of how maybe it's the turning radius or it's not comfortable in parking lot situations. So adding that top bar with it being flat like that doesn't necessarily get in the way of your visibility, but it still allows you to be more comfortable in the tight steering ranges. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on this concept reimagine photo is. And also, when do you actually think like the Model 3 Highland is coming out, the Model Y Juniper? Like, do you think it actually is going to be in this year? And that could explain why, they dropped the price drastically, $13,000 for the Model Y, because they knew they had to get the demand up to clear out inventory and clear out production. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So we're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, actually, no, we're going to jump into our live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, if you're just joining in, thank you. Seems like Tesla Model Y really just Tesla Model Y, because if you've got a EDD or if you got a pending Model 3 order, you're most likely going to get it pretty quickly, because if we take a look at the Model 3 ordering page, it's pretty much just says March. So you're going to get it pretty quickly no matter what. And of course, jumping to inventory for the Tesla Model 3, there is plenty to go around. I think last time we checked this had 200 vehicles, and yep, same thing, 200 vehicles. So filtering by demo though, we had like 4 or 5 if I recall, but now there is only one at the moment. And so if you're in the market for a Model 3, you can for sure bet there is going to be discounts. I'm gonna put my name and predict out there's gonna be at least $1,000 to $2,000 discounts by after February 15th, especially if Tesla loses the federal tax credit, the $7,500 federal tax credit, or if it goes down to $3,750. But that's my prediction at this point. But Model Y estimated delivery dates are getting pushed. I'm starting to see a lot of comments of people with March estimated delivery dates getting pushed to April. And so if you're a part of that, it's tough. It's a fluid situation. EDDs change a lot, but I gave some tips on that for sure. But let's jump into it. Hi, John. Hi, Ron. I live in Texas. In July, Tesla will join the business of selling electricity. So you'll get $30 of free charging each month. You have to pay to deliver electricity to home. Yeah, that's a slick deal. $30 a month for a home charging, unlimited home charging after like a certain time at night. That is sick. Mine delivery was moved 2 days later. They told me the car didn't arrive at their lot. Shipping and logistics like that is going to happen no matter what, but getting moved 2 days, maybe even a week, that's not bad at all. But a lot of people are getting pushed to April, so that's it's tough. My EDD for last week was March. Now it's the first week of April through 1st of May. Yeah, so hopefully try some of my recommendations. See if you can bump that up. Order date 3/2, EDD 3/10 to 3/31. Okay, still not bad. Vin, you'll probably get one very, very soon. Katie, coming from Wesley Yao, he told me to watch you since I'm getting the Model 3. Welcome, Katie. Wesley is a good friend. Thanks for coming in. There's plenty of resources on the channel, but feel free to send me a DM. I'll put you in the right direction. When does the new guideline open? No idea at this point. It's a fluid situation. It can happen at any moment. So mine just moved forward. It said 20th to 31st of March, and now my dates just changed to 16th of March of 31st. I did order Performance Y white interior. Yeah, so that's one of the EDD hacks, like performance. Switching to performance could bump you up, and also switching to induction rims could also bump you up. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because Tesla, the Model Y Performance and induction rims are higher priced options and or higher trim, and so Tesla wants that profit to lock it in. My Model Y long range was pushed to April to May, but yesterday changed to 318 to 331. Okay, so you got bumped up. So my question to you, even Steven, is are you in California or Texas near these factories? Because that would make sense. They're basically giving up and trying to deliver to people ASAP. Order my Model 3 on order my Model Y on Feb 3 and always been April to May ED. Okay, interesting. Been a lot of 7-seaters in Texas, so they must plan production runs and no delivered when order matches production runs. Yeah, 7-seaters is a whole different ballgame. That always going to take a much longer because I guess it's just extra manufacturing, so that's probably why. My EDD was April to June and February, and then I decided to get approval from my credit union, and they sent the letter of warranty to Tesla. Now EDD is March 15th to 31st, so it may be the way to go. I'm not too sure on that, but maybe there is some logic built into it. I think as long as you dot your T's and cross your I's, you're like good to go, and you don't have anything pending. EDD March 26th to 31st got pushed to April, May. Oh yeah, so then you might be in an area where they kind of gave up and they're trying to push it out for you. Good evening, Paul. Welcome to the stream. My brother just got the car and bought full self-driving. He doesn't have full self-driving. Enter the key. How does that work? Yeah, I try and not recommend full self-driving because I got tricked and paid to that once, and I don't think it's worth it. How to enter the key? You got to drive well and have a high safety score. I think it's like above 90 or 80 or something like that. Still holding March 9th to 18th delivery. Okay, you still got time. No worries. Why not just buy directly from the inventory? Yes, great point, Ismu. And the reason is because most people, or at least majority of people, have a Tesla order locked in with a lower price point, and so they'd rather not just buy a new one, fork over another $250 or whatever, because they want to lock in their lower price point. Do you guys have the VIN already for the vehicle, or no, the ones that got pushed back? So most likely you don't have a VIN, Katie, if you got pushed back, because you usually get your VIN like 2 to 3 weeks before the actual delivery date. Order date 24DD38, SoCal Model Y long range 20, not a bad turnaround, Austin build. Yeah, so that's probably because they want to try and get it to ASAP, because Austin to Fremont, maybe back and forth, there's like shipping lines or something. Changed tires and got a new date and VIN. Yeah, so that is an EDD hack, induction rims. My Model Y just got pushed back to April, May. Okay, yeah, so maybe no June yet. I haven't seen anybody write June, but a lot of April, Mays, unfortunately, which if you think about it, that's the next quarter. That's the first 2 months of the next quarter, and so that's when they're going to start shipping it that far out. I bought mine straight off the inventory last week, and now I'm getting it next week. Nice, congrats. Yeah, so to give you some insight, Ismu, like the price for the Model Y long range, if we take it at that, that's $2,000 less than what it was in January, and so that might be why a lot of these people don't want to try and just fork over another $250. Model Y Performance ordered on February 3rd. ED 33 to 316, now pushed to 331. Still no VIN. Okay, you still got time. No worries. My brother just got the VIN last week. Nice. Congrats, RCV. When did you order? Sir Rock, welcome. I got bumped slightly. I think there is hope for me this month, despite me having no VIN and being on the East Coast. Went from March 1st to 31st, now March 14th to March 18th. That's just a funny, a change of delivery date right there, right? Well, I guess it's because it's already been March 4th, and so they're trying to give themselves another like week or so. But yeah, I'll cross your fingers for that one, because that is probably the furthest it is from California to East Coast, and so it can take a bit. And also like Florida too, it can take a bit. I got pushed from March 16th to April 16th through May 20th. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Zodiac, thank you for the super chat. EDD was April to June and February, then decided to get approved from credit union. Oh, okay, so yeah. And also I've heard switching to cash, but really only if you actually are going to pay cash. But really it's just being more upfront with your Tesla reps and Tesla order. Like if you're going to do outside financing, tell them you're going to do outside financing. If you're going to do Tesla financing, go through, almost all the steps besides actually getting final approval, because approvals usually only last 30 days, 30 to 60 days. So just kind of be mindful of that. Order February 6th. Now put order date push to May 31. Went to the store and they said there's no inventory on Model Y long range. I told them I'm open to other orders. Yeah, try and stay in touch because people do cancel their orders. People do cancel their Model Y deliveries, and so you kind of want to be that person that they'll call right away. FYI, Tesla insurance is hard to maintain, especially hard brake. If you use one paddle, it's involved aggressive turning also. Yeah, I've been watching my Tesla safety score and I cannot seem to get above like 89 or even 90, and it's just tough because maybe it's just California roads. Like my last drive, I got like an 87, and maybe it's just because how interesting the roads are around here, but and maybe the traffic and all that stuff. Got my VIN last week. The service delivery 320 to 326. Model Y performance, you think will be on time? Tough, really tough, because they could rip that VIN from your account and switch it to someone else. They could really do whatever the heck they want. It's rough. Yeah, gotta buy from inventory. Yeah, inventory is, if you're really pressed, or not pressed, but really focused on getting this $7,500 tax credit, I would say go to waitingfortesla.com. Try and go to the store. Maybe, if you haven't ordered yet, then unfortunately that's when the Tesla advisors will be as most helpful to you to try and find you a vehicle. And so that could be a strategy there. That's for sure. There is no inventory Model Y long range. Yes. There is, it's just very, very, very slim pickings. I received VIN 2 weeks ago, paid in full, and still have no EDD in the app or an account. Yeah, so really paying in cash, all that stuff does not really make a difference. It's really just about location and when you ordered and all that stuff, and your build as well. Like we've seen Tesla, Giga, Austin do a bunch of induction rims recently, and so that's why one of the EDD hacks is to potentially switch to induction rims to see if they'll be able to get your vehicle a lot quicker. I received my VIN 2 weeks ago, paid in full, and where the store checked for me. There's 3 in my area: Austin, Texas. Well, you're just in a great area. Is moved because you're right next to the factory, probably at the moment. All right, water break. This thing's a little small, but if you're just joining in, thank you. We're talking about estimated delivery dates getting pushed. It seems like there's a handful of people that are getting pushed from March to April. I know it's a fluid situation, that's for sure. If you're just joining into the new Tesla buying process, just note, kind of as an expectation, your EDD will change probably 10 times in the next week or so, or as you are waiting for your purchase. It kind of sucks, but that's kind of Tesla's MO. And there's logic behind like why EDD estimated delivery dates could get pushed from like end of a quarter March right now to even April. And there are ways to try and figure out what to do, but certainly tough. How long will my Model 3 standard range with black exterior, interior, and paint take? I ordered it March 1st. Don't really have a crystal ball there, but the year should be quick, because Model 3 standard range, you should get it within I would say this week, because there's just so much inventory of the Model 3 standard range at this point. I mean, even if we unfilter out the demos here, there's 134 brand new ones available for sale in US, and we know Tesla manipulates their inventory online, so there's probably a ton more than 194. When I go online, nothing comes up in the inventory. That's why this store I checked. And the other thing is, there is hidden inventory for Tesla stores. There's demo vehicles, there's showroom vehicles, there's test drive fleet vehicles, and there's also damage disclosure vehicles as well. So that is also another strategy, asking about, is there anything that I can take delivery of for that? But yeah, you got to snipe it from the inventory that refreshes every day for that super quick delivery. Yeah, you want to check it every day. Yeah, and also try and set up alerts. I remember when I was waiting for my Model Y, I would check, the websites constantly to see if I could snipe one ASAP. So that is a good strategy. Of course, unfortunately, it takes time, but if you want to try and get it ASAP. There's always Model 3 standard range cars in the inventory. Yes, for everyone from California got pushed. Interesting. So I would think it would be the other way around, but yeah, that's interesting. My ED got pushed from April 1st to May 6th. Going to be interesting to see what happens with the EV tax credit and possibly new hardware. Yeah, new hardware 4.0. there's just so much information out there. The Model 3 and the Model Y could have it. It probably doesn't. And also, when is that actually coming out? FYI, who have been tried to contact Tesla store you pick up them, when is the car delivery? Can you pick up early or not? They can tell you, base my experience. Yes, maybe. Model Y long range, March 9th through 18th. Okay, so you're coming up too, very, very soon. I got Wednesday the 8th for performance white on white, this new camera side or old. It should have the new camera at the end of the day. Vo, welcome to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Model Y with hitch, bumped, okay. Ordered January 27, March 8th, performance Y. Should you wait till 2024? If you need a car, just take delivery ASAP. Been watching for 3 months. Great info. Thanks. No, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for the comments. And also thanks for hitting the like button at the end of the day. Should you take the 56990 price? Just take it. It's a great price, especially if you have a Model Y Performance. Model Y Performance has never been that cheap at 56 to 57, so you might as well take it. I'm in SoCal. The Model Y long range ordered in January 28th got pushed to late March to mid-April to mid-May. I hope I still get the tax credit somehow. Ooh, that's really got pushed. Hopefully, I'm assuming yours is a 7-seater because you got pushed that far out, but hopefully it's not, and that's just still really weird. Unless something happens to that vehicle, maybe it's damaged or something. But yeah, I can't help but notice my exact build is in Lyndhurst, Ohio for the 41st time since I reserved that build. Yeah, it's really weird with that Lyndhurst, Ohio section and area. They get a lot of vehicles, that's for sure. From Illinois, Model Y EDD was originally March 15th, pushed to April 15th to May 13th, but back to March 30th, now pushed back to April 8th. Yeah. So you're further away from California, and so that's why it's probably getting pushed to April, because they don't think they can make it to you in time by the end of this month, end of this quarter. So they rather try and give it to someone else in California to get that sale count, or really get to states that are closer to California, like Nevada, Arizona. I don't know what else is closer to here, but those other places, so they can get that delivery count at ASAP. But yeah, thanks for joining in, everybody. We got a couple more topics that we're going to talk about. So let's get this all set up here. But this next topic is going to be about car insurance. That's always a good topic, or shall I say Tesla insurance, and really why it's more expensive. And of course, we can go into how much I've paid for insurance for my Teslas. We can go into what's the average, or at least for my small sample that we've got here. But we'll definitely take a look. Let's queue up the marker. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, in this next topic, we're going to talk about why Tesla insurance, or maybe even Tesla repairs, jumps up Tesla insurance, and why your insurance payment, your monthly payments, your premium, your 6-month premium is that much more expensive. We got an article here that kind of goes into it a little bit, and then we'll also give you my thoughts. And on top of that, at the end of this video, we'll give you what the average Tesla, insurance for your Tesla is, and of course, what I pay for my Teslas that I've owned. So if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to receive the benefits, like best interest rates for financing your Tesla, amongst other stuff. So definitely check it out if you are interested. So let us take a look at this. Shout out to Motor Biscuit for posting this article. Expensive Tesla repair cost because insurers to write them off. And so basically what this article actually goes out to, shout out to Motor Biscuit for posting this, is that body shops and insurance companies basically do not want to try and repair Teslas. And it's really maybe not because of the body shop's fault, but maybe more so of how this technology is built, the battery and all that stuff. And it's really, they don't want liability with any sort of damage near the battery. You can see right here, a retail price of a Model Y long range was $61,388, and their estimated repair cost after getting into a front collision was $50,388. And so here's another one that had a side collision, had a retail price of $72,000, and the repair cost was $43,814. And so what this article is actually citing is that these costs of these parts are very expensive, but really the biggest thing is like probably the cost of the battery. The battery can cost what, 20 to 25, $30,000. I have no idea if that's the right number. I'm just kind of just saying it, but that's really what it adds up to, all these costs, and that they don't necessarily want to try and repair it. And they'd rather just try and say like, we need to change all this stuff because we don't want to get, want any sort of liability if something were to happen with the repair and we weren't fixing it 100%. But this article does start to quote that parts are pretty hard to get in demand, and so that's why this causes this trickle effect to why insurance companies have to then charge a lot more for their premiums, because they've probably taken a lot of hits with paying for these total losses with these Teslas. And so that's the thing, like I've always recommend that if you bought a Tesla last year at a higher price, make sure your insurance coverages are set with maybe even gap coverage if you are insuring them at the market value is not as high as what you paid, so be aware of that. But the other thing is, like, if you're on the fence of buying a Tesla and you have not gotten any quotes for insurance, I try and tell people it's at least anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30% more than what you're currently pay for whatever car you have. So be aware of that. You do save elsewhere in other areas when you buy an electric vehicle, but certainly buying an electric vehicle and saving on car insurance is not the case. And maybe it's because of the new technology of these vehicles, of new EVs, and it's kind of the case with higher insurance across all electric vehicles is going to be higher than what you're paying for your gas car. And of course, we put a poll out there. We put a poll about 3 weeks ago. We got almost 2,000 votes, actually 1.8 votes. And I asked the question, how much do you pay for your insurance for your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y specifically? Because Model S and X is a whole different level of vehicle, in my opinion, because of the price point. And so insurance prices for that is going to be a lot higher. But 18%, or I guess we'll go to the majority first, 31% said anywhere from $100 to $150 a month. 20% said $150 to $250 a month. And 18%, a third majority, said $50 to $100 a month. But the crazy thing here is 6%, or what is that math? Like over 120 people, 6% of 1,800 votes, like maybe, I don't know, 100 people, give or take, pay over $300 a month for insurance. Now, of course, that could be because they could be younger drivers, or maybe they're in like high cost of living areas with a lot of accidents or whatever. But $300 a month is nothing to sneeze at there, especially that basically nullifies any sort of gas savings you have with an electric vehicle. So definitely keep that in mind. There are companies that we do recommend that I use currently that can be a lower monthly payment for your insurance, but at the end of the day, it will be 10 to 30% more than what you currently pay for your vehicle, 100%. But let me know what your thoughts, like how much do you pay for insurance where you're at, what vehicle or what quotes you get. We'll try and see, like, is there a company out there that has better insurance? But I mean, I've always recommended Costco insurance. I have Wawa Nisa for California. I've used Progressive in the past. And also at the same time, there is Tesla insurance that also can come in a lot lower. But I'm not sure if I like the whole idea of like a big brother or something. I just looked at my safety score. I'm a terrible driver at sort of Tesla. So I'm not sure I like that, because they can adjust your rates based upon your driving habits. But I do have a friend that has Tesla insurance, and he's like in an area where he was paying $100 a month for insurance beforehand. But Tesla basically said to them, if you drive like a good boy and you tick off all our boxes, we'll lower your insurance from $100 down to $47 or something like that. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on that are. We're going to jump into the live stream in the comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is the Patreon link if you want to support the channel. So definitely check it out. All right. We'll get back into the live stream in the comments. But before we do that, if you're just joining in, welcome. Estimated delivery dates are getting pushed. I know that's the title and the thumbnail. So if you had a March estimated delivery date and you just got pushed to April, June, we want to hear from you, or even May. And what's your location and what is your new estimated date? I don't know if it's Fremont or Austin, and does it matter? It can matter. Fremont seems to have a better build, and you can tell by the VIN. Fremont taking longer. Yeah, exactly. Model Y performance blue, black, now EDD April 16th to 31st. Ooh, so you got pushed for sure to next month. I'm in California, got pushed to April 23rd, June. What type of build is that? Model Y 7-seater? Production line modifications, Model 3 refresh Highland, or production testing for Cybertruck. Oh, so you're saying, is there potentially a delay because of what's going on with the Cybertruck retooling in Austin? But I think that's Austin, right? So that wouldn't, I'm not sure if that would affect Austin or Fremont. Original EDD is 3933. Just got my VIN today and asked me to schedule delivery this Thursday. I wonder if someone rejected this car before I locate it in California. It's possible. It's possible. Do you think they're prioritizing the higher MSRP orders even though they are more recent? Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Higher revenue, higher sales, quicker delivery. I got my Model Y push yesterday to 36327. Okay, nice. What location are you in? My Model Y performance got pushed to 317 331. Ordered to 4. Okay, that's not bad. Do you think there will be any more Model X price drops? That's a great question, Creighton. I think yes. Maybe in the next few weeks, because we are in the last month of the quarter. Didn't meet you at Andre's place, Dennis. Yeah, I actually haven't been there since we talked last time. Like I told him I was gonna come by, and it's been 2 weeks since then. I did have paint protection film installed on the Model X video coming soon, of course, but not from Andre actually. But I need to go back to Andre because we can do more ceramic coating on top of the paint protection film. Apart from money, do we lose anything with 7-seater? You lose, I guess, space, but I don't really think the 7-seater is worth it. But if you've got a family, it makes sense. Looking to buy a Model X for 110 CAD from Tesla. Do you think it's possible? I have no idea what 110 CAD to US is, but sure, why not? Anything is possible, right? Ordered 294690 Model Y. EDD has been to be determined the final entire time. No dare ever giving VIN. 210 weird. Yeah, usually don't get the VIN until like a few weeks before actually taking delivery, and so that's probably why you haven't gotten a VIN yet. Having no home charger is quite close to paying for gas. Supercharging is expensive. Yes, 1000%. I try and warn everybody, like, you should try and figure out a home charger setup or a level 2 setup, because supercharging, at least in California, it's 20 to 30 bucks to go from 10 to 80% easily each time, and that adds up. And really, there's no savings there. It's basically like you're paying like gas, like a hybrid type of vehicle, which I guess you're in a Tesla. So, but no, it actually doesn't make any sense. Depends on location. Yes. Wow, just checked again. 313, 327 for my MSM Model Y in New Jersey. Okay, so it seems like it's getting closer. 2023 Model Y 4.0. We don't know at this point. Does EDD get being pushed to quarter 2? Will hardware for on Model Y long range? That's a good theory. Potentially. Why not? Maybe. Sub Seasonal Ocean, welcome. Thanks for jumping in. Super info. Thank you. Model Y performance blue black order date 29, now pushed to April 16th to May 11th. Okay, so it seems like there's a common thread here. A lot of Model Y performance getting pushed to all the way to there. Interesting. Ordered 131, pushed to April 24th. Interesting. So maybe we should create a poll. I feel like there's a poll coming up soon. Like, did you get pushed to April or May? What, I guess I'll try and do like, what part of the country are you in? Like, the Western, the Eastern, or something. Like, did you get pushed? Where are you at? Or something like that. Say you see something you'd be fine with on waiting for Tesla, how do you make the switch? So there's a couple of EDD hacks in the channel where we've made this past couple week. Check out some of those. It basically is like you're just trying to change your order to that one. Tesla trade offers 5,000 below Carfax trade-in value suggestions. So Carfax, I'm assuming you mean Carfax and not CarMax, right? Because Carfax trade-in value is just an arbitrary number. I mean, Carfax doesn't buy cars, and so I'm not sure if I would put any sort of weight on that, but CarMax buys cars. And so if it's $5,000 less than CarMax, then of course, I would say sell it to CarMax or go to a different other places. I just got Model X Performance 2019 with full self-driving 6 seat for $69,000. Super duper excited. Nice, congrats. Well, if this is your first Tesla, welcome to Tesla, the ownership. But it seems like it's a decent deal because it's full self-driving. It's good. That's got some value on that for sure, and seems like a decent price. SoCal, love it, love it. Progressive quoted me 210 for Model X Performance and Model 3 Performance. I'm 27, Alabama. That seems like a slick rate for both of those vehicles. I'm basically paying that for one vehicle. So you've got a good deal, but I'm also not in Alabama. Same build order to 3 EDD March 17th to 24th. Okay, not bad. Yeah, it really depends on location, but if a lot of people are saying that my EDD is getting pushed and I'm in the states closer to the Fremont factory, then we've got to change everything for sure. Why was EDD pushed? A whole ton got pushed. It could be a lot of things. There's a lot of moving parts, that's for sure. But I certainly think it could be regarding to potentially this recall that just happened. So let's actually talk about that recall really quickly and regarding as a similar topic, right? So we will take a look at it. So let's switch this up here, hit that, hit the marker. So in this next topic, it seems Tesla Model Y inventory. As you know, we've been talking now about this. We talked about it yesterday. Tesla Model Y inventory has basically gone to zero. There are only 10 Tesla Model Ys available in the country right now, at least according for waiting for Tesla. But what's the reasoning here? Like, what happened? Did they really all sell overnight? And we'll take a look at some of the data, take a look at some of the inventory charts from this, because maybe they didn't sell all overnight and something else or something afoot is going on with Tesla. And this could be why a lot of people are getting their estimated delivery dates getting pushed as well. So of course, I want to hear from you guys, drop it in the comments or in the live chat. Do you agree with this? Or do you think something is afoot with Tesla in the production, which kind of sucks because it's bad timing, right? End of the quarter, end of March. They've got to hit sales numbers, and this could certainly affect that. And that could be why they're trying to go gung ho in other places of the world, I guess, because they got to make up for this. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best United Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel. But you get the best financing rates for your Tesla and amongst other benefits, but definitely check it out if you're interested down below. But let us jump into this. We'll take a look at some of these charts and some of the data first. And so here is our favorite Tesla inventory levels chart by mattjung.net. And we can take here, I'm going to move it all the way to the side. You can see right here, this is what looks interesting to me. So usually for the past month or so, we've followed the same pattern. Inventory would spike up because Tesla Giga Austin would ramp up and dump a bunch of short ranges into inventory, standard ranges, all-wheel drives into inventory. It would ramp up to 300 to 400 vehicles on waiting for Tesla. You would see this here. Those would go for 300 vehicles here. And then throughout the next week, those vehicles would sell. And it would take anywhere from 6 to 7 days to sell basically down to zero. And then the same MO would happen, the same, repeating pattern. It would jump back up. Giga Austin would dump all that inventory, and then it would sell down. And basically, this last one looked weird to me because it's the end of the month, 2/20, end of February. The inventory started to not sell as quickly as the inventory dumps before. It took much, much longer. And on top of that, it also took much longer for Tesla to dump a lot of that Model Y, all-wheel drive inventory back in it. And in fact, it took 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. So a little bit more than a week when it took only 5 days here, 6 days here, give or take. And so then it went up to their 300, 400 vehicles. We can only assume how much were actually available for inventory. And then, but this time they went to zero in essentially 2 days. from that. And so what potentially could happen? What could have happened? I don't think people were trying to buy vehicles that quickly. Maybe they're afraid of the IRS tax credit going away, and so they want to take delivery ASAP. But really, what could have been the interesting thing here and why Tesla inventory went to zero, or did it get removed? And so this is what actually came out the other day, or this actually came out yesterday. We talked about this earlier, but Tesla Model Y recalled over, a bunch of vehicles, 3,600 vehicles, over a rear seat belt issue. And so this is more serious than any other recall that they've had before, right? This is a hardware fix. They got to go in there and I don't know. I can only imagine change bolts on it, remove a seatbelt, whatever, change this, tighten it down. I don't even know. But it's not like their previous over-the-air update recalls where they just reflash it, send a new update, and they're good to go. This is actually like they have to probably go hand by hand, one by one, have teams of engineers and techs to fix this actual recall. And so that could have been what happened here. And that could be why EDD estimated delivery dates are getting pushed. And also it could be why there is essentially no or very, very little Teslas available for sale. And the ones that are for sale could be getting these fixes done, whether it's at Tesla service centers, whether it's near factories that are just pushing the vehicles out a lot slower, because essentially we could be in a situation where they had hundreds of thousands or thousands of vehicles ready to sell, and now they had to pull them all back because they need to fix some sort of recall, hardware recall on that. So that could be a theory. That could be why Tesla inventory has basically, Tesla Model Y inventory has basically gone to zero. Or did it sell out, or did it actually get removed from Tesla for that? So let me know your thoughts on that. We're going to jump back into the live stream in the comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. So definitely check out link down below in the description. Water break. And thank you to Raza for bringing that up. It seems like it's a hot topic right now with all these estimated delivery dates getting pushed. I know it's tough because if I was in this same boat, I would really want this $7,500 federal tax credit, and it could change. It could change at any moment at this point. And if you have no idea what this $7,500 federal tax credit is, it's basically based upon two parts. Critical battery minerals is $3,750, and the other part, manufacturing of battery components, is another $3,750. That adds up to $7,500, and that's how the vehicle gets $7,500 when you file for your taxes in 2024. You don't get it as a discount line for a line, and of course, you also have to have a tax liability to get this. It has nothing to do with do I get a refund or not, but it has everything to do with do you actually have a tax liability, in a sense that do you pay taxes on every single paycheck throughout the end of the year and to the amount of over $7,500. And kind of my rule of thumb, if you're single, make over 80K W2 income, then you will pay over that threshold. I got quoted for Model 3 by Progressive. It was like $300 a month. Yeah, Progressive can be hit or miss. I had them, maybe 4 years ago with my Model 3. It was decent. But then I switched because I found Costco, which was way cheaper. They didn't tell me no gap insurance for your Tesla. You have to add it $2 more. Yeah, you gotta be careful for that. Gap, you usually buy it from your financing company and or your insurance company. Order date 129 LA, ADD 323 to 331. Fingers crossed, but doesn't get pushed out. Yeah, you should be fine, I think. Costco members can get cheaper insurance. Yes, we've got Costco, and also, yeah, definitely worth it. It was lower than my Benz a month. Amazing. They quoted me $81 with Gap and $79 no Gap. Oh, that's pretty good. Maybe your Benz is a more expensive one. I could see that. That's for sure. But congrats, Cindy. Around $300 a month. I am 24. Well, that's really because age really plays a lot of factor into that. Cindy, so sad mine just got pushed back. Just checked now. What's your EDD date? And there's a couple strategies on the channel that hopefully you can try and push that up. $99 for a 14 Benz a month and $79. Okay, that's not bad at all. Then I mean, I would wish I could pay $100 a month for my insurance. It'd be a good video if you didn't make one already. A what to look for a car when picking one up. Yeah, I mean, but Kay, my perspective, that's for sure on Teslas. All Teslas have build quality issues. All Teslas have paint quality issues, and Tesla is not a luxury car, but they are a luxury priced car. And so I try and tell everybody that same expectation, your car is going to have issues. And if you really, really want to, you can find every single last issue and make us think about it. But, I try not to, really my thing is, unless there's rust or paint flaking, which is like really bad, then, it's not worth it in my opinion to make us think about it, because I did do that. My first Tesla, I went through it like a comb, saw all the paint issues, made us think about it. They had my car for 2 months fixing it, and I thought it was not worth it at the end of the day. Tesla driving score doesn't affect California drivers, not valid for premium pricing on Tesla insurance. Okay, so maybe I will sign up then. Model Y Performance, white ordered March 1st, EDD March through April. Okay, cannot get a date ordered. Texas 4680 Model Y long range still determined. No one give me a date. Very worried. Yeah, it's a fluid situation. That's for 2024 October 7500 credit still be here. Are you saying, will it be point of sale? Yes, it's going to be point of sale next year for the $7,500 tax credit if you qualify, of course, as an individual. But you can for sure bet if there's a $7,500 discount at point of sale for a Tesla vehicle, Tesla will raise the price of that vehicle 100%. Well, they won't raise it 100%, but they will raise it. They will raise the price for sure on that. So this is a price history chart. You can see all the different price history increases in the past. But at this point, I don't even know if Tesla is going to get that full 7,500, because if they were, I feel like Tesla would raise the price of the Model Y, more than $2,000 in the past couple of weeks. But what do we know? What do we know? We can just only speculate at this point. Loving watching this while I wait for my Model Y Performance, stuck in this Cali snow en route to Oregon. Love it. Safe driving, safe travels. I've seen a handful of videos. It's snowing like crazy up there, so be safe. That's for sure. Miami, Florida Model Y Performance white on white OD24. Just checked 314 331. Okay, not bad. So they're trying to get that vehicle to you ASAP by the end of the quarter, 100%. Order Model Y ordered 4680 VIN provided to 16. Order EDD has been to be returned since order. Driving me nuts. Yeah, it's tough. I feel the pain for sure. Well, local dealership was selling a 2022 Model 3 long range with 3,400 miles for $44,000. They offered me about 8% APR. Was that a good deal? I would say no, because a brand new one is $49,000. Then you get the $7,500 tax credit, so it brings to like $44,000. 8%, definitely not a good deal. I mean, we've got banks and credit unions on the channel that we talk about a lot in videos. Like we just made one this past Friday that have a much better low APR rate than that at like 4%, which still sounds crazy to me as a low APR, but that's the new normal. And of course, if you don't want to do it, there's a Patreon link down below in the description where you can get access to my full list of banks and credit unions that all have rates lower than Tesla financing, which is lower than 5.59%. Bad deal alone. Yeah, there we go, Sir Rock. Thanks for coming in and providing that feedback. Feeling like canceling the order, it's causing so much stress. Heck with the order fee. There is a way to get the order fee back. I don't really try and put it out there, but there is a way to get it back. Model Y Performance ordered 2-3 VIN 2 weeks ago. EDD March 7 to 14, 2 days. Okay, so that's coming up. You should be getting your VINs soon. VIN 2 weeks ago, so you're good. So maybe hopefully you got your financing squared away. Whether you're going through Tesla financing or a better credit union, hopefully you can get that squared away. My Model Y long range white ordered 2.8 pushed up to April, May, NorCal. Oh, okay, so maybe there is a reasoning why California people are getting pushed. Any idea why certain Model Ys are covered in the prep lot at Austin? Others are not. Video from Giga said constantly showed 20 or so Model Ys in prep lot are covered. Maybe this is recall that just happened. Got VIN last week. Was working on a loan with local CU. Got denied because loan exceeded the amount of the first time auto loan. Got approved by Tesla, but have to pay 10K more down. I don't have that. Yeah, first time auto loan is always a doozy. That's for sure. I remember my first auto loan, I had to put like $5,000 down. It's because there's really no history with your auto loan, with your credit history for auto. That's why they want a little bit more skin in the game, especially now with interest rates rising like crazy. Progressive doesn't take Tesla in anymore. Yeah, so then maybe not Tesla Progressive then. Ordered January 20th, EDD March 19 to 31st, metallic silver Model Y Performance Midwest. Okay, so then you're good. Anybody that has an estimated delivery date gets pushed to April, like there's still a chance it could get pushed back to March. If a lot of these vehicles don't actually make it to across the states, across the other countries. So don't lose hope yet. Unfortunately, that's how fluid Tesla is, right? They change EDDs like crazy. And what's interesting is like they'll change it on you in a second, but if you try and change it on them, like, hey, can you give me 3 weeks? They're like, they get really forceful and they'll threaten to cancel your order, which kind of sucks. But that's at the end of the day, that's their strategy to get more vehicles delivered, I guess. It's definitely more cost effective to upgrade to the executive membership of Costco to get better insurance rates. For those wondering, extra $60 save hundreds. Exactly. That's actually what I do. Maybe I should mention that with the Costco part. If the Fed tax you more than $7,500 all year is when you can take advantage of EV tax credit. Yes, basically, in a nutshell. But of course, I'm just a guy on YouTube, talking, and I've had, 4 Teslas back to back so far, including other EVs, and I've taken advantage of the federal tax credit. But talk to your CPA and not talk to a CPA for your situation to make sure you're good, and so that way you have the right set expectation at the end of the day. $65,000 for the Cybertruck. A friend of mine told me who works at Tesla. That would be sick, Kurt, if that actually comes out, because that would mean it qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax credit. I think it's going to be a little bit closer to the $80K price point, but maybe even like a $75,000. I could see that. But if it comes out at $65,000, that would be absolutely insane for Cybertruck. Yes, for sure. Check up on used Teslas. Yes, there's a ton out there. Seems like market is holding, if not going up from now. Ordered Model Y long range on January 26th. No VIN. Brother order does same configuration. He got VIN today. Can you help me understand why Tesla is citing VIN in sequence? If it's the same exact order and same exact location, no idea then. Any update on EV tax credit? Nothing yet. It could change at any moment, maybe even this coming week, but it looks like, it sounds like maybe even at March 31st. Can't see it being that cheap. Yeah, part of me thinks it's going to be a $99,000 vehicle for the Tesla Cybertruck. If it comes out at $65,000, that would be amazing. If it comes out at $75,000, that would also still be amazing because it qualifies for the federal tax credit. But I certainly think it's $80,000 to $90,000, because you got to take a look at what's the competition out there, right? We've got Ford Lightning that could be as cheap as $40K, but most of them are what, 70, 80, 90K. And then you got Rivian R1T. I'm pretty sure this is like what, an 80K truck. We do have one on order. Every day I think about canceling and getting my $1,000 back because it's been taking a while, but you never know. But let's see, like what is a Rivian R1 Visualize? That always tricks me for some reason. But Visualize, this is what, $87,000, right? Is that the cheapest one? No, it's not. Still $79,000 or $73,000. I mean, Tesla could come in and be like, you know what? We're going to put out a truck that's $65,000 and take back what we lost. We could see a lot of Rivians potentially trading in. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the links down below in the description if you want to support the channel, like the Patreon link and whatever. Reminder, there is a giveaway going on if you want to join for free tint, free 3M ceramic tint. Thank you to Jason at OC Tint Solutions in Anaheim. And also, as another reminder to that, I would never comment on your comment to ask you to DM me on Telegram or anything like that. Those are all scammers. I announce all the giveaway winners on my community page here. And on top of that, I only have Twitter and Instagram. I don't even have Telegram. So please, and also I would never ask you to pay for shipping for a giveaway prize. So and I wouldn't ask money from any of you. So please be aware of that. Please do not interact with those scammers. There's a couple more questions here. Have you seen massive inventory in Europe, although price has been dropping recently? Yeah, actually, I forgot to talk about that. There's discounts across the world right now. And so maybe Tesla worldwide needs to make up for these Model Y recalls that are happening right now. And so that's why they decided to discount it everywhere else to replace that sales volume that they lost in America. Do you recommend to add mud flaps and wheel locks on Model Y standard range? Mud flaps, yes, because there's an issue with Model Ys. It kicks up rocks from the front and hits the side of the car. Wheel locks, I mean, I guess rims do get stolen. But wheel locks don't. Yeah, sure, why not? I got VIN on February 20th. Got my EDD pushed to yesterday, March. Nice. There you go. Ordered Model Y EDD pushed. Worth grabbing a steering range to ensure earlier delivery to get the tax credit? Maybe, it might be. And James, tint Model Y roof. I recommend it because, there's got those UV rays, and actually Jason hooked it up at OC Tint Solutions in the giveaway right here. He did the roof as well. So definitely check them out if you're interested in doing the roof. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the like button, the comments, and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.